Today, I'm gonna take this big old bandsaw blade and coil it up. Today, I'm gonna show you my method for folding up my bandsaw blade into 3 loops, which makes it a great size, makes it very easy to store. Now remember, when working with a bandsaw blade, the teeth are sharp, so I definitely recommend putting on a pair of gloves. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do that for a demonstration today with this little 1/4-inch bandsaw blade, but I've got the nicks and scrapes on my hands to prove it, so definitely just chuck on a pair of gloves. The other thing is that when you're working with these blades, especially when you get new ones, they are wound very tight, or you might wind them very tight yourself. Now, this has protective paper on it, but when you've done it yourself and you don't have this paper on, this tightly wound blade can really spring open. This is a 1/2-inch blade, but you get into like a 1.5-inch blade, they can really spring open. So I also recommend putting on a pair of eye protection. It takes 2 seconds, unwrap your blade, nothing bad is gonna happen. If it accidentally hits you, at least you've got your eye protection on. So here I am with a 1/4-inch bandsaw blade. You can do this with any width of blade, and this one I think is about 142 inches for an 18-inch bandsaw. What I'm gonna do is lay the bottom gently on the floor. I've got some foam under here to protect the teeth from a hard floor, and lightly step on it with my foot. Again, try to protect the teeth. You don't want to stomp on these teeth or crush them. They have some set to them. So I'm lightly keeping it in place with my foot on the floor. With one hand, I'll grab underhand and in this position from under the blade to support it here at the top. Be careful, you might want to wear a glove while doing this. Again, these teeth can be very sharp. So lightly holding it here, what I'm going to do is move down and rotate this hand a full 360 degrees. So I'm keeping it on the floor with my foot. I'm going to start coming down and rotate this hand. Now it's facing me. I'm going to keep coming around. I'm going to use my other hand since I can't swivel my hand 360. Keep coming down, keep rotating all the way to 360 degrees. Lift up with my foot, and there I've got it. Pretty small, easy to store. Now when you let out the bandsaw back to its original form, be careful, it can whip out. The teeth are very sharp, so be careful to gently unwind it. Try to keep it away from hard concrete floors, etc. Again, because the teeth can get damaged. So let's see it one more time. Foot lightly placed on the bottom, underhand grip, slowly down and rotate. There's 180, then all the way through to 360 degrees. Lift my foot up and grab the bandsaw blade. That's pretty small, and that's how I store my bandsaw blades. It just has 3 loops, and this for my 18-inch bandsaw is about 15 inches in diameter. But say you want to get it even smaller. When Highland ships their blades, they're shipped, generally these bigger blades are shipped with 5 loops, and they're only about 9 inches in diameter. And say you want to get this smaller. Well, to do that, it's the exact same process. First thing I want to do is get 2 smaller loops and 1 big loop. So I'm going to pull out to the left there to get 1 small loop, and then I'm going to pull out here to the right to get 2 small loops and 1 big loop. So now I've got 2 small ones here and a nice big one. Now I'm going to do the exact same method that I did before. I'm going to twist 360 degrees. First, I'm going to twist 180. Now I've got something like a figure 8. Now I'm going to go ahead and twist that another 180, actually using my other hand as well to twist both hands. And there you go, it pops in, and now I've got 5 loops, and it's about that 9 inches, much smaller and easy to ship. While we're on the topic of bandsaw blades, have you ever seen this? I've got the teeth facing forward, but they're facing up. They should be facing down. Well, that just means that your bandsaw blade is inside out. Let me show you how to flip it. So when the blade is that inside out, I want to grab the 2 sides and just flip the top half. Now the top half is the right way, but the bottom half is not. So I'll just rotate around, grab the bottom half, continue to flip it, and now the blade has one continuous inside and outside curve, and the teeth are facing the right way. I mentioned earlier about wearing eye protection, especially when you're unwinding your bandsaw blade. Now it might seem like overkill, but let me tell you, I've had a problem with my eye when I was out weeding. A twig came up, snapped me right in the eye, and I had to go to the doctor for a couple of visits. Do you wear eye protection when you're weeding? Look, these are right in your shop. It takes 2 seconds to throw them on. You'll be glad. So there's a really simple method for wrapping up and storing your bandsaw blade. It's like magic.